Everybody, welcome back to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta, and we are here for the Cowboys against the Niners in Santa Clara. So, Sunday Night Football, we got two teams that are desperate for a win. The Cowboys, 3-3. They are looking average at best. The expectations that have always followed this team ever since the 90s, and a lot of that is the fault of their own. They like to talk, they love to boast, and they love to sell their stories as much as they can, as much as their owner does. But this season, inconsistent, unable to get much going in terms of offense. They can't stop the run, they can't run the ball. Their quarterback and the receiver, even though they've been together for 4 or 5 years, can't seem to get on the same page. And at times seem at odds. Plus, you have a head coach who is entering the final year of his contract, and at this point, doesn't look like he's going to get another year. And on the other side, you have the San Francisco 49ers, who are 3-4. I think that matches their losses from a year ago, and they are a team that is struggling. They are dealing with injury. They've been dealing with injuries for basically since the beginning of the year. Christian McCaffrey still not here, and it doesn't look like he's going to be here next week either. But we will see what happens. On top of that, last week they just lost Brandon Ayuk to a torn ACL. He is out for the year. That is their biggest. That was one of their biggest. I don't want to say additions, but one of their biggest signings this past offseason. He had been with them, obviously, since they drafted him, and they were waiting. There was holdouts, but they finally paid him a lot of guaranteed money. And at first, he was starting the first couple games, he was not looking great. Then over the last, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks, he was starting to finally look like the Brandon Ayuk that we're used to seeing. But then, boom, torn ACL, out for the year. And now a team that has offensively been struggling with injuries just gets another big one, and they're going to have to find answers, man. Just more and more pressure on Brock Purdy. And at times he has rose to the occasion, but most of the time he has been just unable to really will this team to victory. They are 3-4 and trying to avoid going 3-5 tonight. First play, ball at the 25. It's going to be the Cowboys with the ball. Ezekiel Elliott with the carry. He's going to be out across the 31. And obviously a developing story. The normal running back, who mostly is the starter at this point, Rico Dowdle, he is actually out for this game. He apparently showed up to the stadium very, very sick. So he is inactive. So it's going to be Zeke Elliott, and they elevated Dalvin Cook, a former Minnesota Viking, to the active roster. So those are going to be the top two backs for the Cowboys. Empty set, 3rd and 2, quick pass. And CeeDee barely able to hand that ball, keep that ball in bounds. Basically trying to one-hand it. And that'll be a first down, gain of about 5 on the play for the Cowboys. And that was Devondre Campbell, the former Green Bay Packer, pushing out Lamb after the catch. Be a toss. Zeke trying to get something going, and he is going to be very lucky to be maybe able to get back to the line of scrimmage. That thing looked ugly from the beginning, man. Just looking at the starting lineup here for the 49ers. 2nd and 10, ball at the 36. Quick pass to Lamb, and he's going to get to the 40, down to about the 41. So gain of about 5. So it'll be 3rd and 5, ball at the 46. Tight end in motion to the right. Looks like a fullback in the backfield. Shotgun. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he is going to get absolutely stuffed on third down. No gain. Fred Warner, the first guy there to drop him for a no gain. It'll be 4th and 5. Dude, this is... I don't know what McCarthy is doing. This is not 2008, 2009. You don't have John Kuhn. Like, why are you running plays with your fullback? And why are you giving him the ball when it's like, if it was like 4th and 1, totally understand. Sorry, 3rd and 1, totally get it. You could probably fall forward and probably get a yard. But it's 3rd and 5, man. You're on your own side of the ball. You just paid Dak Prescott $60 million a year. You paid CeeDee Lamb a bunch of money. How, it's going to be returned here. Surprised he didn't fair catch it, and he's going to stumble forward for a couple yards. Yeah, I don't know what Mike McCarthy was thinking on that offensive play. All right, we are back here. And it'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 13-yard line for the 49ers. 2 receivers on the right side. Kyle Juszczyk in motion. They're going to pitch it to a running back there on the left, and it's going to be no gain on the play. That was Deebo Samuel there with the toss. Sorry if you hear some rumbling there. Somebody's loud car is right outside on the parking lot there. So it'll be a throw over the middle there. And Ricky Pearsall, gain of about 9.5. It's going to be very short on third down. And it's going to be a flag on the 49ers. He had two guys moving before the snap or when the ball was snapped. So now they're moving back here. They would have converted on the QB sneak there. Connolly telling Pearsall to move, and then so yeah, just not set and making a bad play worse. So it'll be 3rd and 6, ball at the 17-yard line. Debo in motion. Purdy throwing it down the field on the right. Wide open Debo, and he's going to be out across the 40, breaks a tackle, keeps on his feet, turning, and he is down at the 36. Dallas just getting absolutely manhandled on that one. It's going to be a quick run up the middle here, and Mason able to get about 3 or 4 yards on the play. It's going to be a run again, this time to the left. Mason going to be able to get to near the edge. Gain. It's going to be about a yard short, but there is a flag on the field. All right. We are back here. So that was a hold on Kyle Juszczyk. So that'll wipe away the gain of about 6 there from Mason. That'll be a 2nd and 16 for San Francisco. So some early penalties in this game for the San Francisco offense. 2 receivers on the right. Looks like Connolly and Pearsall. Purdy, pressure in his face, throws it over the middle. That is going to be to Ricky Pearsall. Might have been a gain of about 6 on that one. So 3rd and 10 for the 49ers. Trying to get into field goal range here. And again, they do not have their first 2 options at kicker. They picked up the former Green Bay Packer 6th round pick, Anders Carlson. So it's going to be a run up the middle. Mason able to fall forward for a gain of about 4. So this will be 4th and 6. So they're going to settle for the field goal attempt. And we are going to see Anders Carlson out to attempt his 3rd field goal for the 49ers. Made all 2 of his kicks last week, but did miss the extra point. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle. And the former Auburn kicker makes it right through and gets the first points of the game. All right, just looking up here, let's see what we have for the Cowboys and the 49ers. Trying to see who is inactive for this game. So we got Micah Parsons not in, Trey Lance, Rico Dowdle. So those are the big key ones there. And Dowdle has just been such a big part of that offense, man. And even then, he has not been phenomenal, but he's been a fairly decent part of their run game. So when the running game usually goes well, it's usually because of him. All right, with 7:14 left in the first quarter, we have a 3-0 game. And the Cowboys are going to return this one. It's going to be out across the 30 down to about the 32. All right, Dak under center here, fullback in motion in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff. Throws it to number 87 there, and he gets taken down. That is Ferguson for a gain of 1. The former Wisconsin Badger being taken down by Devondre Campbell. Second and 8. Shotgun CD in the slot to the left. We have Dalvin Cook in the backfield there as well. Joey Bosa getting the ball to Cook, and he's going to fall forward for the first down after the nice catch and run. Just imagine like 6 years ago, maybe even less than that, having a backfield of Ezekiel Elliott and Dalvin Cook would have been huge. Now both of these guys are basically considered long past their prime. Two receivers to the right there. It's going to be another run, and Dalvin Cook's unable to get anything going on that one. No gain. All right. Second and 9, ball at the 45. Takes the snap, looking, Dak throwing it to the right, and it's going to be very close. I think he caught it. Might be about a yard shy. And yes, it is. It'll be 3rd and 1. So they're saying that it was his forward momentum. Basically, he was pushed. He caught it basically on the line. So that'll be a first down for the Cowboys. All right, Dak in the shotgun. CD, I believe, to the top of the screen to the right. It's going to be a deep throw to the left, double coverage, and it is intercepted. Wow. Why? Why? Also, I don't know what Dak does with his mouth. Sometimes he just kind of, I think he's trying to take off the mouthpiece, but sometimes you just catch him doing that. Why would you throw that, dude? There was no way he was going to catch it. There was no way. The coverage was tight, and the safety was there the entire way. Wow. Anyway, that's an interception for the Cowboys. So San Francisco will get the ball back. I believe they're going to be inside the 20. So Dak trying to force things down the line. I don't know why. I mean, the drive was looking okay. You just got a first down. I mean, try to run the ball at the very least. Yeah, that's a tough one for the Cowboys the offense, who has been just struggling. Maybe that's what. Yeah, because I've seen him do it. I feel like I've noticed him more this season just because the Cowboys always get a lot of primetime games, so I feel like maybe I've seen it more. But he did that during the playoff game against the Packers as well. Like after that interception, he just sorry, it just looks weird to me because like his tongue just goes up and down. So I just picture him, like I just imagine him going like la 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 la. Sounds like he's like just singing a little tune in his head. I was like, man, come on, man, get in the game. Just chucking interceptions there. You're looking like Brett Favre right now. Well, not Brett right now, but yeah, you got it. You got it. Every time they pan to CD Lamb on the sidelines, he always looks so sad. I've never seen a man who just got paid tens of millions of dollars be so sad. And it's going to be a run to the left, and that is going to be a gain of about 7 there. And another big part of this offense struggling is not just the line that they can't run the ball, is that this offensive line has been awful. Like we talked about, we've talked about basically two offensive lines that have been pretty bad. We talked about the Jets, and we talked about the Chicago Bears just like an hour ago. And you can put this Cowboys offense right up there, man. Like they are a long way from where they used to be even just 4 years ago, or less than that actually, probably like 2.5 years ago. Man, they have been, and a lot of their guys, man. a lot of their players have unfortunately aged, retired, or just are gone. I believe Tyron Smith, who was like an all-pro for them for multiple years, he's now in with the Jets, and let's just say he's not playing well. And I'm trying to remember who they lost. I believe it was one of their guards. They lost him. Zach Martin, I think, is he still on this team? I think he is. He's dealt with some injuries over the last couple seasons, and yeah, man, they just been that offensive line. That the standard has just dropped. And I think that's a big part of it. Obviously, that stops them from really running the ball. But on top of that, like on that throw, Dak was pressured. It was still a bad decision, regardless. But the fact that he wasn't able to really step into that throw and just made that ball, I mean, that thing was just floating in the air. That thing seemed more like a punt than a pass. All right. 2nd and 4, ball at the 14-yard line. Purdy throwing it over the top of the linebackers, and Kittle with a nice little sliding catch there for a first down. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Single back in the backfield. Purdy under center. Fakes the handoff, rolling, throwing to the. Wow. All right, I got to get into it. Come on. There we go. Throwing to the left there. It's going to be incomplete. Now we know how Dak Prescott feels, all right? We all make mistakes, all right? We got to leave him alone, guys. Leave him alone. I'm surprised that wasn't almost a pass interference there. All right, 3:29 left in the first quarter. Purdy under center. 2 receivers to the left. Single back in the backfield. This time it's going to be a handoff to the right. And Garendo only able to get about 3, maybe 4 yards. All right, 3rd and 6. George Kittle in motion to the left. Purdy dropping back, a little bit of pressure, and it's going to be overthrown. Unable to connect with George Kittle, who was running a nice little dig route. Ooh. Very lucky that safety was completely turned around. Otherwise, Purdy would have just thrown another interception. He had 3 last week against the Chiefs. Could have had one there. It's going to be returned here from the 30 and down at the 35. That is Tarpon with a nice return. Oh, we got to fight. We got to fight. Oh, we definitely got to fight here. Holy cow. Oh, boy. Throwing some fists. Oh, we got some helmets going off. Oh, there's a flag there. It keeps on going. It keeps on going. Dude, that fight started from like the 30 and they're all the way across the 50. There's like literally like 25 people, 25 players that are just fighting for like about for about 25 yards. All right, we're gonna have to see who got the flag because I only saw one thrown, but might be more than one player. All right, personal foul on the Cowboys. Yeah, it looks like there was a yeah, it looks like there was a lot of flags all over the place. Weirdly enough, one of them was declined. I think we'll see. We will see what happens. And my my closed captioning was literally unable to apparently keep up with the amount of penalties that were there. So we're just gonna see where they spot the ball. Right. Hopefully this Cowboys team can kind of get going again here. Still haven't been unable to really move the ball on the ground. And right now Dak is just chucking up balls. Probably just trying to get something going, but you gotta be smarter, man. Be patient. Dunk it if you have to. All right. So it'll be first and 10, ball at the 35. Quick throw to CD. He's going to be down at about the 41. Gain of 6. All right. Fakes the handoff. Dak looking, rolling to his left. Going to throw it. It's going to get a first down, but there is a quick early flag in the backfield. I'm assuming that's going to be a hold and going to wipe away this first down catch and run by Tolbert. And it is. There was actually 2 holds. So Leonard Floyd got held by the rookie tackle, and then Ferguson just pulls down the defensive end. So 2nd and 14, ball at the 31. It's going to be a delayed handoff to Zeke, and he's going to get 4 yards on the play. All right. It is 3rd and 9. The ball is just slightly past the 35-yard line. It's going to be an empty set. They're going to toss it around to, is that Tarpon? It's going to be very close. He's going to get the first down, but he's going to fumble, and it's going to be recovered by the Dallas Cowboys offensive line. The big man just falling on it, covering it up with the belly. Oh, yeah, that's a huge fumble. Big man was like, get in my belly. So 3 receivers to the left there. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Dalvin Cook stumbles his way across the 50 down to about the 49. And that will be the final play of the first quarter here on Sunday Night Football. 49ers lead this 3-0. So already Dallas a little bit more patient on this drive. They've been willing to run the ball, and it's worked. I mean, they've got a couple first downs. And they've done it in different ways. Some runs were up the middle. Some of them were like little end arounds or kind of pitches to a receiver, kind of just going across the formation. And that's what you're going to do, man. You cannot give this San Francisco offense continued opportunities. Like, regardless of how many injuries they have or how many guys that they're missing, eventually Brock Purdy, and I've seen it before, I've seen it during the Packer game, if you give this guy enough chances, he is going to stumble his way into throwing a touchdown. That's going to lead to a victory for them. And that's not to take away anything from Purdy. I think if he had some guys that were healthy, I think it would be a little bit better and he'd be more effective. But right now he's forcing things, and you can tell that he's making some uncharacteristic throws because I think he feels the pressure that he needs to make. So if you can keep him on the sidelines, keep him out of rhythm, and that's what he is. He's a natural West Coast quarterback. Can he throw it 40 yards down the field? Sure, but that's not his strong suit. His strong suit is stuff over the middle, stuff to the sidelines that are roughly between, inside 20 yards, maybe 25. You don't want Purdy to have to chuck it down the field. He's not a Jordan Love. He's not a Joe Burrow. He's a dink and dump kind of guy. And I think they've made this comparison before. It's like a very Tom Brady. Does he have the arm strength to make all the throws in the NFL? Absolutely. But that's not his wheelhouse. That's not where you want him to live. It's going to be a run up the middle, 2nd and 6, and Cook able to get about 3 yards down to the 45. It'll be 3rd and 4. Fakes the handoff. Dak rolling, throwing across the field to CD, and it's going to be a first down for the Dallas Cowboys. I think that's going to get him to about the 31, maybe the 30. Yeah, just a nice little crossing route by CD on that one. First and 10, ball at the 31. Dak in the shotgun. CD in the slot to the right. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Zeke, and he is going to fight his way out across the 21, and that is a first down run for the former All-Pro running back. That's the Zeke that we used to watch. Almost 10 years ago at this point. CD coming across the field to the right. Shotgun, and Dak is going to be taken down. Nick Bosa, not Joey. Joey's in LA. We have Nick Bosa bringing Zeke down bringing Dak down for the sack. My goodness. Dude, he beat that tackle like a drum dog. So 2nd and 15. 3 receivers to the left. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Zeke fighting his way, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage and be about there. Back to the 21. Third and 10. CD in the slot to the left. It's going to get it to the tight end underneath. It's going to be able to break a tackle, and he is going to get the first down for the Dallas Cowboys, the former Wisconsin Badger. Getting some tough yards there, man. So they needed to get it to the 10-yard line. Nice little screen underneath to the tight end. He got hit at about the 15, but kept his feet churning. And it'll be 1st and goal just inside the 10. Fakes the handoff. Dak tossing it, and it's going to be incomplete, but there is going to be a flag on the field. It'll be pass interference for San Francisco. I mean, he was all over him. Trying to get the ball to the tight end, Schoonmaker. And if you ever saw Titanic, you remember when Jack is holding Rose, at the front of the boat. That's what basically was going on. Ward just had him by the waist. It's gonna be a run up the middle, and it's a touchdown. Dallas, Zeke Elliott getting in the end zone. All right. And then, dude, that was an easy touchdown there. He wasn't touched until the ball was already in the end zone. And the extra point is good. Dallas, with 10:58 left in the half, have a 4-point lead over the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, Dallas doing a great job on that drive, man. Trusting their running backs, willing to be able to get the tough yards there, and they were using their tight ends as well, man. So something that they're clearly not comfortable doing. Usually they want to be able to be explosive, but sometimes you got to be who you are, man. You don't have that right now. You don't have the weapons to be able to throw the ball down the field like you used to. So, get good at the things that you can do okay, and just find ways to be able to run the ball, keep the pressure off of Dak. Doesn't need to force the ball every single time. You don't need to rely on him to throw for, 40, 45 times a game. Typically, if you're throwing it for that much, you're not winning games. And the kick is going to be returned here, ball at the 20, 15, out across the 30, down to about the 34. So some decent field position for the 49ers here, looking to respond. Yeah, per these numbers, definitely not what you're used to seeing with them. 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Putting up a lot of yards, though. Over 1,800 yards, third in the NFL. Tight end in motion, fake the handoff. Purdy throwing it down the field to a wide open Deebo Samuel to the 30, 15, 5. Touchdown at San Francisco, but there is a flag on the field. And it's going to be on San Francisco, so take that touchdown away. Take it off the board. And that was on the tight end, Eric Saubert. So instead of celebrating a touchdown, the San Francisco 49ers will move back 10 yards. First and 20, ball at the 24. Purdy trying to find somebody. He does. And that's going to be two. Pearsall there. Gain of about 11 or 12 on the play. Took a little bit there. I could not see the number. All right, 2nd and 9. So almost back to the original line. Back to the original line of scrimmage, basically. Two receivers on the left side. It's going to be a handoff to Mason, and he's going to be good for about 3 yards. So 3rd and 7. Debo in motion to the left. Purdy needing to get the ball out quickly. He does. And that's going to be a catch for Pearsall there. First down for the San Francisco 49ers. Doing a good job here, man. Moving the ball down the field. Juszczyk completely whiffed on the on the block there. Luckily, Purdy able to get the ball out in time accurately. So 1st and 10, ball at the 50-yard line. Juszczyk in motion, quick pass to Debo, and he's going to be good for about 5 yards. Right, Purdy under center, San Francisco in the eye. It's going to be a toss to Mason to the left. Gets a block and unable to break the next tackle there. Gain of about 2. All right, it'll be 3rd and 4, ball at the 44-yard line. It's going to be another handoff this time. Mason going to the right and unable to get anything on that one. May have gotten half a yard. Yeah, they were trying to pull the left guard there. Did not work. He did not get any kind of movement on that one. That was pretty bad. That was by number 65 Banks. Left guard trying to pull to the right and looked ugly there. Didn't get low. All right, it'll be 4th and 3. Empty set for San Francisco. Cowboys sends about 7 on there. And Debo wide open over the middle, but he drops the pass. And Brock Purdy visibly upset. The ball was behind Debo just a little bit, but it was a catchable ball. Trust me, that wasn't an easy catch, but and Purdy is, I mean, clearly just I was about to say swear word right there, but clearly very upset with himself because he missed. I mean, if he hits Debo in stride, Debo's taking that one for a big run, and how explosive and sudden he moves. I mean, that could have been a touchdown. At the very least, they're getting, not only the first down, but you're probably getting an extra 15 to 20 yards. But dang, dude. All right, man. Dallas is going to have some decent field position here. Opportunity to score a touchdown and take a 2-possession lead. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 43. Cowboys in the eye. Dalvin Cook in the backfield. CD to the right of the formation, split out. And the call will be blown dead. It's going to be very, very interesting who this was. I think it was the Dallas Cowboys, but no, it's going to be on the defense. It looks like Nick Bosa jumped a little early there. I saw him move for sure, but I wasn't sure if he was responding to an offensive lineman there. So San Francisco's defense compounding on the mishap of the offense, giving it an extra 5 yards. Ball at the 48. Dak looking, finds CD. He's going to be a little short, I think, of the first down. So they gave him the first down. It's going to be a handoff, and Cook unable to get anything going there. San Francisco just came in waves on that one. Took him down for a no gain. It's going to be a fake handoff. Tries to get it to the tight end. He is able to haul it in with one hand. And Ferguson fighting off 3 tackles, and he keeps his feet going even after about 4 guys surround him. And Jake Ferguson, man, holy cow, man. He fought off Bosa, fought off Fred Warner, fought off another safety, and then another crowd of guys try to stop him, but he was able to get an extra 4 yards on the play. So 3rd and 6. Ball at the 41. Empty set for the Cowboys. Dak looking, rolling to his left. He's going to throw it down the field to the left, and it's going to be caught. That is, I believe that is Tolbert. If it's a catch, it's going to be inside the 15 and a first down. But there is a flag. Usually this means it's coming back. No, it's going to be on San Francisco. Heck of a job by Tolbert, man. He clearly was held, but still able to make the catch. So 1st and 10, ball at the 13-yard line. Dak looking, and it's going to be to CeeDee Lamb. He's going to be just shy of the 10-yard line. Gain of about 2.5 on that play. Right over the middle. That was a weird one. All right, CeeDee Lamb split out wide to the right. Dak under center. He's going to fake the handoff. It's going to be throwing it, and it's going to be nearly caught in the end zone. San Francisco doing a great job. Great coverage, being very aggressive with their hands. And that was number 6, the rookie 4th-round pick, Mustafa. Just being aggressive, tight coverage, attacking the ball, never allowing number 89 to really haul it in cleanly. So it'll be 3rd and 7. CeeDee in motion to the right, slot, quick snap. Dak trying to get it to Ferguson, who is going to be unable. He's going to fumble the ball. And he's able to fall back on it somehow. Holy cow, that could have been huge. That would have been a huge turnover for. Yeah, that was clearly a fumble, and somehow, even though he had 2 guys basically on top of him, able to just pop up and just cover the ball. Wow. So, at the very least, that keeps a field goal on the board, a field goal attempt on the board. And the kick is right down the middle, and Aubrey makes this a 7-point game. So they caught McCaffrey trying to spit on the sidelines, and let's just say it didn't go far. It's always fun when they catch those little human moments on the sidelines. You know, Christian spitting on his chin, or even Aaron Rodgers eating his own boogers on the sidelines last week. That was a fun one. Never did that once when he was in Green Bay. I don't know what the Jets do to quarterbacks, but they get all weird. They start seeing ghosts. They run into their offensive linemen's butts. Now they got Aaron Rodgers literally eating his own boogers. Dude, it still surprises me that Ricky Pearsall got shot in the chest. And it's going to be a run up the middle. Garendo with a huge run. He's going to get all the way in Dallas territory. Explosive run right up the middle, man. Holy cow. So 1st and 10, ball at the 46. Dallas showing a lot of pressure, expecting a run. It's going to be a run up the middle again. Garendo, another huge run, this time getting all the way to the 30. Dude, that is like probably over 30 yards on those back-to-back runs by Garendo. Holy shnikes. It's going to get us to the 2-minute warning. Yeah, on those last two runs, Garendo, 2 carries, 34 yards. Freaking wild, man. So San Francisco has Brandon Ayuk out, Jawan Jennings out, and they got a rookie receiver in Ricky Pearsall who's only been playing for I think about 2 weeks maybe. So he's been able to. I think last week might have been his first game against Kansas City actually. They got Debo, but Debo is dealing with I think like something in his lungs. Apparently inhaled like some dust, and there's like an infection going on. Something like he's been struggling to breathe, so he's on a very limited snap count. So they need. I mean, right there, those are your three your three top receivers are basically out. Debo is basically on a 50% snap count. So you're really relying on Ricky Pearsall. And now it looks like Mason is heading into the locker room before everything's going on. So what is going on with him? He might be hurt. Jeez, man, this San Francisco team is just running out of people, man. I mean, they still got Kittle, but the defense is all they're doing is focusing on him at this point. Oh, and it's nearly fumbled, but Garendo able to find a hole on the left side on the nice little pitch and catch, and he's going to be all the way down to the 11. But there is a flag on the field, and it's going to be holding. That's on George Kittle on the hold. Kittle was shaking his head. He's like, yeah, it's only it's 100% a hold. Yeah, that toss to Garendo hit his helmet and nearly bounced behind him. So luckily he was able to catch it. So 1st and 20, ball at the 41. Debo unable to hold on to the ball. It's going to be a drop pass. Basically a little wide receiver screen. Great job by Ricky Pearsall blocking that up, man, but Debo unable to hold on to it. So 2nd and 20 from the 41. Purdy in the shotgun pressure gets the ball out to Garendo, who is unable to keep his feet under him, and he's going to gain maybe 4 yards. He does stop the clock. All right, it'll be 3rd and 15. Two receivers on the left. Debo split out wide. Purdy has time, finds Kittle underneath, and Kittle's going to be about 5 yards shy of the first down. Yeah, just nothing over the middle, nothing deep. Luckily, the corner actually slipped and fell when he was trying to crack down on George Kittle, so able to get a few extra yards there. All right, this will be a 44-yard field goal attempt for Anders Carlson. Looks like the wind is blowing to the right side of the formation, and the kick is up, and it is good. And the former Packer is 2 for 2 on the day. All I'm going to say is, why couldn't he have made that kick like that during the playoff game? Just saying. Just saying. No, but good for Carlson, man. He's seemed like a good dude when he was in Green Bay. very quiet guy. I think he was just trying to do everything he can, but I think just the pressure just got to him, man. But I forgot who. There was a guy. It wasn't a kicker. I'm pretty sure it was just it was a guy in the. I think he played in the '90s, early 2000s NFL dude. He was like, once you get cut the first time, he's like the pressure that you're gonna mess up or making one single decision is the thing that's gonna get you cut. Once that happens, he's like all you once you have that for the first time, you start to really focus less on that. The one thing that you're gonna mess up on is gonna cost you, and you start focusing more on just the little things. So maybe that's what Carlson, the pressure. He's like, oh man, I gotta do this. I gotta be perfect. I gotta do this and that. Finally getting cut just relieved that pressure, and now that he's getting a second chance, it's more about not necessarily not messing up, and it's more about just doing your job, just doing what you need to do, not because you don't want to lose your job, but because this is what you're paid to do. You're part of 11. The other guys block for you, one of them holds, and it's your job just to kick the ball. That's it. Also, Anders, his middle name is Bjorn. 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 I don't know why that was in my head, but I remember that. I remember that from last year, and I always thought that was a very interesting middle name. I would like to know how he got that. I know there's a famous singer with that name, so I'm wondering if his parents were fans. But Carlson's kickoff is going to be caught, fumbled actually, but he's going to be able to catch it in stride. He's going to be down at about the 33-yard line. So San Francisco needs to get a win here. If they lose, they're going to be 3-5. They're already last technically in the division, but they will be a full game behind Seattle and Arizona. Dallas just ahead of the the Giants, but well behind the other teams in the division here. So 1st and 10. Dallas, two receivers to the right. Dak in the shotgun. Quick throw to Tolbert. He's going to be down at about the 40. Gain of 7 on the play. Clock is at 1:10. Dallas only one timeout left. Dak throwing it and nearly intercepted. Luckily, he overthrew the ball. So I think him and Ferguson definitely not on the same page on that one. Stops the clock at 1:04. Third and 3 for the Cowboys here. Dak in the shotgun. 3 receivers bunched up on the right. Dak hit as he threw, and that'll be incomplete. 59 seconds left. See where this pressure came from. So Nick Bosa forced Dak to kind of climb the pocket, but then on the other side, the other defensive end able to just penetrate through and get to Dak as he was trying to throw the ball. It's going to be a fair caught at the 15 there. 54 seconds left. San Francisco does have all three of their timeouts. All right, ball at the 17-yard line. Purdy dropping back, has a little bit of time. He's going to tuck it and run. Ball at the 30-yard line. First down, run for Brock Purdy, making plays, getting out of bounds as well. 45 seconds. Yeah, man, Purdy's a tough son of a gun, man. Even even when he was throwing those picks against the Chiefs, you would not have been able to tell by his face. The kid just did not look rattled at all. He just kept on chucking it. And the officials are going to review it. Purdy, his knee stayed in bounds, so the clock should be winding down, and most likely they're going to run off a couple seconds here. But I think San Fran is going to have the option to use a timeout. And that's what they do. So they're going to put about 2 seconds back on the clock. It'll be 47 seconds left in the half. Two receivers to the right, tight end down the field, and they're going to get it to Kittle, who's going to be able to get away from his man, and he's going to be down all the way to the 40. And he is going to get inside Dallas territory. A 30-yard catch and run by George Kittle. San Francisco obviously will use their second timeout. Very similar to what Travis does in Kansas City. Basically running up the field, making an outside move. You catch it, but then you stop your momentum and then loop back inside. And the linebacker obviously over pursuing. You see that all the time, especially with Travis Kelce. Linebackers over pursuing. He stops his momentum, cuts back inside, and is able to get, an extra 5-10 yards. Obviously, George is a lot faster at this point in his career than Kelce. So when he does the same things, he usually comes off with a bigger chunk of yardage. 1st and 10, ball at the 40. Purdy needing to cut inside, trying to get it to, trying to see who that was. But pass was behind, and it will fall incomplete. It's National Tight End Day, and they showed all the tight ends, but they didn't show my boy, Tucker Kraft. He scored a touchdown. What's going on here? Bunch of haters in the... All right, I see how it is, NBC. Hating on my boy. All right, 2nd and 10. Disrespect. The disrespect on Kraft the cheese there. And it's going to be a fumble. And luckily, the 49ers will fall on it. And Purdy trying to, he was going to throw, but then he tried to tuck it in, but that ball just slipped right out of his hands. And that was his offensive guard able to just pick it up off the ground. So that'll force San Francisco to use their final timeout of the half, stopping the clock at 26 seconds. It'll be 3rd and 17. Ball's going to be all the way back at the 47-yard line. So they're going to need a big chunk play if they want to attempt even a field goal. And I don't think they got it. No, that ball skipped on the ground, and it'll be 4th and 17. Purdy trying to get it to Connolly. All right, so Dallas will get the ball back here with maybe about 12 seconds, and they're going to San Francisco is going to down it inside the 2 with 10 seconds left, 1 timeout. I think Dallas is just going to be okay with taking a knee here. So luckily for Dallas, they are literally at the 2-yard line, so they'll be able to have enough room to take a knee, and they do. And we are heading to halftime with Dallas nursing a 4-point lead over the San Francisco 49ers here in Santa Clara. All right, man. let's look around the league. Let's see what Sunday was, man. Because it feels like there was a lot of crazy upsets, and on top of that, there were some crazy, crazy games that kind of went down to the wire. So we'll start out with the games that we streamed here. Obviously, Green Bay coming away with a huge victory there. They were up at 1 point, 10 to nothing. And then Jaguars able to take the lead 17-3. On top of that, Jordan Love hurt. He tried to fight through it but couldn't get anything going. Malik Willis taking over the offense. Josh Jacobs getting a huge touchdown run. And then on top of that, a big turnover for the Jaguars. First, the interception by McKinney. I think that was in the first quarter. That was his sixth of the NFL season. And then later on might have been in the fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter, the strip sack of Trevor Lawrence, setting up another touchdown for Green Bay to take a 27-17 lead. And then after that, Packers offense struggling for the next couple drives, while Jaguars able to put up 10 unanswered points to tie it up with just less than 2 minutes left in the game. And what does Malik Willis do and Matt LaFleur and that offense do? Find ways to win. Had a wide open Jaden Reed down the left sideline, hits him in stride, and Reed gets us inside the 20-yard line. Packers get it inside the 5, bring the clock all the way down to 2 seconds, and send out Brandon McManus for his second opportunity in as many weeks to win the game with his right leg. That's exactly what he did. Green Bay coming away with a 30-27 victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars at home. Sorry, Green Bay was on the road. Jacksonville was at home there. And then just kind of bouncing around here. Eagles utterly dominating the Bengals 37-17. Baltimore getting absolutely stunned by Jameis Winston and the Browns. Browns getting their second victory, 29-24. Huge win for them in the season. Probably won't count for anything. They're probably out of the playoff race, but at the same time, anytime you can beat a division rival, that's going to be always a plus. And then Detroit just slapping around the Titans 52-14. Arizona coming away with a huge come from behind victory. Last second field goal, 28-27. Tua was back with the Dolphins, but unfortunately, just not enough to get the win. And then the Patriots getting their second victory, snapping a 6-game losing streak to beat Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets, who now fall to 2-6 on the season. Sorry, I'm just watching some some different angles of that crazy Washington and Chicago game. We'll talk about that here. Let me just wrap up what we're talking about. So, Falcons, after getting blown out last week, come away with a huge division victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 31-26. Houston coming away with a 3-point victory over the Colts. They are clearly the top team in that division, and they're probably going to run away with it at some point. The Chargers just utterly dominating the the Saints, man, 26-8. Man, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. Bills continue to look phenomenal, man. 31-10 over Seattle. The Broncos getting a big victory over the Panthers. Broncos, man, they're just winning, man. Nothing crazy, nothing's flashy. It doesn't look amazing, but hey, man, a win's a win, and they are in position right now for a nice wild card. If they can keep this going, man, I think they're gonna have a stake. They're gonna have a claim to that sixth or seventh seed in the AFC. The Chiefs continue to just look. I don't want to say pedestrian, but look, below their standards and continue to win. They beat the Raiders 27-20, and they move on to 7-0 on the year. And then, of course, Commanders, Chicago. So I'm not gonna go too much into detail. We streamed that game here. We were there. We saw the crazy ending to that. But right now, I was looking at the halftime show here for NBC, and there was a fan, potentially a fan video that was posted, and that was showing the end zone shot of that play. And before the snap, just a few seconds before the snap, I don't know his first name, but Stevenson for the Bears, the corner. I think he's their number one, number two corner. So he's always on the outside, basically. He was trying to hype up the crowd or trying to talk some smack. I don't know, but he was basically not paying attention. And when the ball was snapped, he did not look behind him for about a good 2, maybe almost 3 seconds. So he was a little late to respond. But granted, the play took forever, so I don't think it would have made much of a difference. But I thought that was I thought that was pretty funny. That like I was like, dude, get your head in the game, dog. Like as soon as the team breaks the huddle, your eyes should never go away from that. Like pay attention, get in the game, cover your man. And I don't know who's he was supposed to cover. He might have had to cover Brown, who knows, but weirdly enough, he was actually the guy that got his hand on the ball when he tried to bat it away. So not looking great before the snap and definitely not great during the play. So but yeah, I thought that was a little bit of a weird little tidbit there that we didn't get to see because of the broadcast. So I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna grab something to drink. And hopefully the second half should be coming up here in a few minutes. All right, we are back here. Game's about to start up in just a few seconds here. Aubrey's kick is going to be a low driving kick. And there's a immediate flag. And Aubrey's kick did not reach the landing zone apparently, so Dallas will get the ball at the San Francisco will get the ball at the 40 to start this third quarter, man. San Fran Purdy under center, single back in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Garendo is going to lose a yard on the play. Purdy looking, scrambling, and he is going to put his head down and fight for that first down. He is going to be apparently tackled a yard shy. And too many men on the field for the Cowboys, so that play gets even worse. So that penalty will be declined. They'll take the yardage, and it'll be 3rd and 1. Purdy under center, and he's going to be tackled, but with a quarterback sneak, it'll be a first down for the 49ers here. Yeah, right in behind the center and guard. All right, 1st and 10. Purdy moving to the shotgun. Running back in motion, and it's going to be a quick throw up the middle. Kittle, 20, 15, 10, 5, and he is going to be out inside the 5-yard line. Dude, George Kittle is ridiculous, man. The dude is ridiculous. Yeah, just basically ran a slant route, caught the ball at the 40, running all the way inside the 5. I don't think he stepped down until he got to about the 4. So 1st and goal, ball at the 4. Purdy under center. Single back in the backfield. Juszczyk in motion to the right. And Garendo is going to be very, very close. And then it's going to be a touchdown. Isaac Garendo getting in the end zone. First touchdown for San Francisco. All right. Extra point. It's going to be right down the middle there. So that'll be 13-10. San Francisco responding in the third quarter here. Huge, huge play. All right. So we're going to be getting back here into this game. So Cowboys need to respond here, man. I think they've been kind of, you know, letting things kind of sit where they lie, hoping that their defense kind of keeps this 49ers team at bay. But, I mean, that's, like I said, it's only going to be so long until Purdy in this offense, despite the injuries, despite all the things that they have kind of been, how should I say, getting in the way of things, penalties, bad throws, bad catches, things like that. Eventually, the talent that is still healthy is always going to find its way. George Kittle, Brock Purdy, Garendo. It's going to be a nice little. It's going to be a nice little end around here. 49ers able to minimize any big play. Dallas trying to get cute with the kickoff there. And on top of that, San Francisco still has one of the better offensive lines in the NFL. But unfortunately, that little pitch and catch is still going to be considered an illegal forward pass. So that'll move the ball back all the way to the 11. Quick pass to Ferguson, and San Francisco is sniffing out any of these flats from Ferguson. They have tried to do that. It worked once, but the last like 2 or 3 times that they have tried to run that little route to Ferguson, see if he can get, an extra 4 or 5 yards after the catch. San Francisco has been all over that, man. I mean, it didn't work the last 2 times you tried it. Why are you trying to do it now? Come on. So It's going to be a pass to CD. It's going to be a little bubble one. Luckily, he was able to adjust to it. And that's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7 for the Cowboys. So 3rd and 4. Shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up on the left. Dak rolling to his left, and he is going to be very close to an interception. It's going to depend. Right now, it is being called a turnover, but it will be reviewed. It was very close. I don't know what. Both of Dak's interceptions so far, if that stands as an interception, baffle me, man. Yep, that's going to be a pick. Shoulder, elbow down, inbounds, held on to the ball. Both of his picks, man, have baffled me. Just dumb decisions. First one was like just literally just lollipopping it about 40, 45 yards down the field. It basically looked like a punt. And then this one, there was nobody to throw to. Nobody. Just throw it away, man. So San Francisco will get the ball at the 32 here. And they're going to have an opportunity to make this a 2-possession game. Brock under center, dropping back, looking, has time, finds Garendo, and he's going to be good for about 12 yards all the way down to the 20. All right, 2 receivers to the right. Use check in motion to the right. Shotgun. Purdy, quick throw to Debo. Trying to get it. And it's going to be only good for about 3 yards. All right. 2nd down, ball at the 18-yard line. Debo trying to get away. And he's going to be inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. Gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and 3 for San Francisco here. Purdy in the shotgun. Looking, needing to scramble. He does. He will. And he's going to be inside the 10. 1st down at about the 7 or 6 yard line. This kid can move, man. This kid can move. All right, 1st and goal, ball at the 7. Single back in the backfield. Kyle Juszczyk in motion. It's going to be end around the Debo to the right. It's going to cut it inside and taken down at the 3 yard line. Yeah, this Dallas team, they need us. This needs to be a stop. The way Dak and that offense are moving the ball, unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be able to put up more than 20. So if they give up a touchdown here, all right, jumbo formation, give it to the fullback, use check. Going to be lucky to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll be 3rd and goal. All right, ball is going to be just outside the 2. 2 receivers to the left. Garendo in motion, a lot of pressure, and George Kittle wide open on the right side of the end zone, but there is a flag, and it looks like it's going to be on San Francisco. Just based off George Kittle's reaction. So they're picking up the flag. They're saying that it's not offensive PI. So George Kittle will get another touchdown. I don't know how that isn't offensive PI because I thought you had to make a legitimate attempt to get out of the way. And Connolly clearly did not. But extra point is right down the middle. San Fran scoring 14 points here to start the 3rd quarter and take a 10-point lead over the Cowboys. Yeah, man, it took took until the second half here, but San Fran's offense finally waking up, and Cowboys defense. Initially, I was like, man, they're looking pretty solid on defense, especially being able to stop the run. And now they're just getting gashed. On that first offensive drive for San Francisco, man, Garendo was just cutting them up, and now just letting one of the probably the best tight end in the NFL just wide open. And I get it. There was a pick there. I get it, but you got to know when you have that situation, you got to know you got to hand it off. You got to hand it off. Inside corner takes Connolly. You on the outside go to with George Kittle, man. Come on. That's a route that they run all the time. But easier said than done. Obviously, I have some hindsight on my side, but Kick is up. It's going to be returned. 15, 20, 25, and down at about the 27-yard line. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 26. CD in the slot to the left. Dak in the shotgun. Looks like Zeke Elliott in the backfield with him. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Zeke getting it out across the 30 down to about the 32. Nice gain of 6 yards there for the Ohio State product. Dude, just imagine the NIL money that Zeke could have gotten if that was the case when he was in college. Huge amount of money. And Dak gets hit as he throws. So that ball will fall incomplete. 3rd and 4. Yeah, that was his center just getting driven right into Dak. Three receivers on the right. Dak looking. He's got a little bit of time. Has to scramble out. Nick Bosa chasing him down. And Dak is going to have to just throw it out of bounds. And that'll be 4th down. This Cowboy offense has no rhythm, man. Absolutely no rhythm. Anger's punt is away. It's going to be caught inside the 10. He's going to be able to return it to the 20, and he is going to be at the 25. Man, I'm trying to think what the Cowboys can do to really kind of get going here. I mean, I think I've said it before in the last couple of streams, but getting the running game going. But I mean, you're 8 weeks into this season. Either you can run the ball or you can't. And I mean, their best two options at catching the ball are Elliott and Cook, who, once again, I think I talked about it early in the game. If this was 4 years ago, 5 years ago, then yeah, then those are some great options to have. But Cook, his knee is gone. There's a reason why, even being only a year removed from his fourth Pro Bowl, the Vikings decided to just let him go. They just cut him. They didn't try to trade him away because nobody wanted him, because they knew. They just let him go. He didn't really find a job anywhere for a while. And he's kind of been bouncing around the league in practice squads. And he was with the Jets last year, didn't break out there. And it's, Cooks is no longer the guy that he was years ago, and neither is Zeke. Can they still be some decent backs? Sure, but they're not. They shouldn't be your primary option or even your primary backup option. First and 10. Purdy under center, tossing it to Guerrero on the left side. Guerrero able to get some decent yardage, going to get close to the 30-yard line. I'm going to have to look up an update for Jordan Mason, but something tells me he is not going to be in for the rest of the game. I mean, to be fair, Guerrero has been pretty darn effective. Second and 6, ball at the 29. Purdy keeping it. He's going to run it to the 35, 40, and he is going to slide head first to the 45. And then it's a first down for San Francisco. Yeah, Purdy faking the pass, getting a nice little pump fake, and then just cutting it just to the outside of the right tackle. And then diving head first, man. He's got to be careful, dude. Purdy, 5 rushes for 48 yards tonight. Debo in motion to the right. Purdy fakes the handoff, throwing it deep down the left. George Kittle wide open. He's going to be inside the 30, down to about the 27. Kittle is just eating today. The dude is just freaking unstoppable. And that last catch was George Kittle's 500th career catch. Basically just running a nice little deep crossing route. Easy as you like. Single back in the backfield. Purdy under center. Tight end in motion to the left. It's going to be a toss to the left. And Guerrendo's going to get to the 25 for a gain of about 3. And George Kittle is 5th in San Francisco history, just behind Dwight Clark, who has 506. He was checking motion to the right, and it's going to be, looks like Dallas is going to use, or was it San Francisco? Somebody used the timeout here. Yep, that is San Fran's first timeout of the half. All right, George Kittle back in the lineup. Use check in motion. Purdy throwing it out to Garendo, who breaks the initial tackle and unable to get past the line of scrimmage. That was a heck of a job by I think it was the safety of Dallas. I can't remember his name at this current time, but made a heck of a freaking tackle on that one on one with Garendo. So it'll be 3rd and 7, ball to 25. Three receivers bunched up on the left. Purdy throwing it. Debo open. 15-10. Keeps his legs turning, and he's going to be down at the 9-yard line. That is a first down for the Niners. This Dallas team is freaking tired, man. You can tell. Nice little sluggo route by Debo. Just so dang quick, dude. So 1st and goal, just inside the 10. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Garendo's going to spin out and gain maybe a yard down to about the 8. And we are less than 90 seconds away from heading into the 4th quarter. San Francisco on the precipice of taking a potential 3-possession lead here. Use check in motion to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Debo. He's got a couple lead blockers, and he is going to be inside the 5 down to about the 3. And we have a Dallas Cowboy on the ground. So we are taking a injury timeout here. Still a few seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, I'm just trying to think, what can Dallas do here, man? Not even defensively. I mean, the defense has been okay. Obviously, not having a great third quarter, but for the positions that they've been put in, have been okay. But the offense, man, when you're not getting anything from your offense, you're being put on the field for, you know, 20, almost 30 plays in a single quarter. Eventually, you're just gonna run out of gas, man. So, what can this Dallas offense do here heading into the fourth quarter? I don't know what kind of routes they're running, man, because I can't really see. It seems like a lot of them are just deep, deep routes. And I know they're trying to get some explosive plays, man. But come on, dude, you gotta find something. Purdy, quarterback sneaking it, and it looks like it's gonna be a touchdown. Because Dallas, their defense was not ready for this one. Wow. Oh, he's gonna be very close. I don't think he got in. I don't think he got in. Yeah, I think he's just short. No, their extra point is good. I don't know how that's a touchdown, man, but I think even the refs are like, all right, let's just let's get this game going, man. Dallas is not going to win. And San Francisco is going to kick the ball out of bounds here on the kickoff. All right. First and 10, the ball will be spotted at the 40 after the penalty on San Francisco. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Dallas down 17, three possessions here. It's going to be a run up the middle. Cook able to get it to the 44. So Dallas does not have to snap the ball here. They can take it into the fourth, but I mean, you want to get one more playoff here, and they will not. Dang, dude, this game is long. This game is so long. Chris, what's going on, my brother? It's going well so far. Unfortunately, it's kind of a one-sided game thus far, but it's been pretty solid. But San Francisco just kind of slowly driving down the field. They've scored. Let me see here. 21 unanswered points to start the second half, and the Dallas Cowboys are looking as bad as they've been the last couple weeks. But how you doing, Chris? It's good to see you, man. Happy to have you in the chat, man. How was your Sunday? Dak handoff to Cook, and he's going to be good for a yard on the play. Heck yeah, man. Anytime you got a day filled with football, man, it's gonna be tough to be a bad day. What games did you watch today, man? I mean, I think the Packers. Let me see here. Hold on, Dak looking, scrambling, and he's gonna be taken down in the backfield for a sack, and that'll be a fourth and long here. But the Packer game, I thought it was good. Unfortunately, Jordan, you could tell early on in that game, pulled his groin, and he was still trying to fight through. He made some big plays every once in a while, but you could just tell that the offense wasn't just wasn't the same when he's unable to kind of move in and out of the pocket as he likes to. And you can tell some of those deep throws, especially when he had to plant that back foot and kind of rock forward. You can tell he wasn't able to. Some of those throws were kind of they just didn't have enough juice that you're usually seeing from Jordan. So, but Malik Willis, man, responded well. That trade for him just continues to look better and better every day. You got to give a shout out to Goody. But the Packers, when they needed to, they responded. They got the plays that they needed, and hey, man, a win is a win. So hopefully they can get healthy because they got a big game next week against Detroit. And Detroit is not like any team they have faced. You know, almost every single team that they have gone through, you can find some big glaring holes, even the Vikings. But Detroit, man, they can run the ball, they can pass the ball, and their defense, they will smack you in the mouth and smack you again until So Green Bay is gonna have to come in ready to play, man. They can't start out slow because if they do, Detroit's just gonna jump all over them. I agree, man. It should be a good game. Hopefully, just for entertainment wise, man. Hopefully, the Packers and the Lions bring their A game next week because that one, if it lives up to, if both of these teams can play at their potential, man, dang, dude, that's gonna be might be one of the best games of the season. But yeah, what were your thoughts, man? What were your thoughts on the Packers and or any thoughts on any of the today's games, man? That Chicago game was wild, crazy last few seconds. And don't worry, we are on a commercial break here. We're not missing a thing. Sorry, that picture of Trent Williams on the screen was just it was cracking me up. He's got a big old silver chain with just a giant red hat on top. Purdy under center here. Ricky Pearsall in motion to the left. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and that is going to be very close to a first down for San Francisco. Oh, man, the Dolphins, man. Dude, I mean, hey, look at, again, a loss is a loss. I know it's tough. But, dude, your team, I mean, what, 27 points? I don't know. When's the last time they scored that many, man? At least you got some points. There's some hope. It might be too late to turn it around, but I mean, this Dolphins team, man, they can put up points and they can get wins quick. All they need to do is just string 2-3 games together, and I guarantee you, they're back in it. Especially with some of the teams in that conference, how they're playing. Trust me, man. Dolphins, I can see them getting the 6th or the 7th seed. Yeah, man, that defense. I didn't look at the stats, man, but I've always said this, especially when it comes to a guy like Kyler Murray. Sometimes you're going to be able to contain him, and he's not going to be able to throw the ball. And sometimes he's just going to be there's just too much that he does. It's going to be a rollout. Purdy looking. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Dallas doing a great job of keeping him contained. He tried to throw the ball, and it was nearly intercepted. If Dallas is able to pick that ball up before it hits the ground, there is literally nobody except for Purdy that was going to be able to stop him. And he was already in the middle of getting tackled. So that could have been a pick 6. Oh, my God. And that was Golston right there with an opportunity. Golden opportunity. Oh, yeah, man. I think part of it, too, is I think Tennessee also knows that, I mean, granted, people are professionals. I'm not going to say that they're, going to be making business decisions already in week 8, but I think some of that is just they don't see, there's just no hope for the Tennessee Titans. I think a lot of guys are like, dude, we're one of the worst teams in the NFL, and right now we're still getting beat by Detroit. And when somebody is that physical, and you just you already had a rough season, it's very easy to just kind of mail it in for that game. So again, I didn't see the game. They put up 14 points. I guarantee you they tried, but after a while, man, you're just like, you know what? We're gonna get our ass beat. I don't want to. I don't want to make it harder. So he's like, we'll go up against a team that's easier than Detroit. Yeah, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know what Tennessee was thinking when they let Vrabel go, man. Clearly, it was a very political thing. I think that everybody knew that right away. But they had no plan after that. Once they fired him, there was no like, oh yeah, we gotta get this coach lined up. We got this, we're gonna make trades. Nothing. They had nothing lined up. They let Derrick Henry go. That was basically their entire offense. And yeah, man, I don't know. Tennessee really surprised me how bad they have been. I thought they were going to be a little bit more competitive, but yeah, man, Detroit's a different beast, man. I've streamed about I think 2 of their games, man. They're going to be a problem for everybody. They might be the best team in the NFC, and I think they are probably the second best team in the NFL. Doesn't mean Green Bay can't beat them, but I think it's just going to be a lot tougher than it used to be. I think Detroit got better somehow. They were already pretty good last year, man. They just got better and better. So, but it's going to be exciting, man. It's when you're like as a person that loves football, man. I'm not afraid of, people get nervous. They're like, oh man, how are the Packers going to do? I don't care. I want to see a good football game. If Green Bay can win that game, great. If they can at least hold their own and really make it a freaking fun game to watch, and they lose, that's fine. The only thing I don't want is them to get blown out. But I think Matt LaFleur, man, he has this team competing so dang well. I don't see that happening. And it'll be 1st and 10, but it's going to be a false start on the Cowboys. Damn, dude. When it rains, it pours in Dallas. Yeah, man. But trust me, man. That Dolphins team is going to get going, man. Mike McDaniel, man. He's a strange dude, but he's one of my favorite head coaches in the NFL. Like, the Packers brought in Robert Saleh after he got fired. If the Dolphins fire him, man, I don't know Matt LaFleur's number, but I'm gonna somehow find a way to call that guy and be like, you better bring that guy to Green Bay. I don't care. I don't care if he's on offense, defense, special teams. I don't care what he has to do. Get Mike McDaniel in the building. So yeah, he's a smart coach, man. I hope they keep him around. I think they were dealt a bad hand with Tua's injury, but the Dolphins they have the talent on offense. I think that defense needs to be retooled a little bit. I think one good draft, because you got some guys there, man. You definitely got some guys there. I think they need to invest in the front seven. It's a big thing. So 3rd and 10 here, ball at the 30. Dak throwing it deep down the field. It's going to be incomplete, nearly intercepted. There's going to be a flag, though. And it's going to be pass interference on Tre'Davious Ward. Oh, yeah, dude. He had his hands all over Tolbert on that one. Jesus. All right, that'll give Dallas a 1st and 10. Ball at the 49. Dak looking. Can't find anybody. He's going to try to get it to his tight end, and it will be no good there. So, incomplete. Yeah, man. I think I've talked about this before in some other streams with Dallas, man. Their biggest issue, man, is that they just have not drafted well enough on offense. Um, I think even defensively they haven't done as well as they should have. But when you're paying so many guys, I should say a handful of guys, not many guys, a handful of guys, so much money. CD Lamb, one of the highest paid receivers, if not the highest. Dak making $60 million. You got one of your offensive linemen, one of the top guys. You got so much money tied up in just a few handful of guys, and they just have not drafted well. And the guys that they have drafted have not been good enough. Simply have not been good enough. It's one thing if you have an okay group of guys, but just the whole team as a whole is just struggling, man. Jake Ferguson with a catch on the left side, and he's going to be taken down after a gain of 5. It'll be 4th down for the Cowboys. All right, 4th and 4, ball at the 45. 3 receivers on the right side. Dak in the shotgun, takes the snap, finds, that is going to be Turpin down the field, and that is a 1st down, ball at near the 29. Nice, just a little nice inside inside release there. Tarpon kind of basically running a post route. 1st and 10. Quick pass. That's going to be to Tolbert, and he's going to be good for a gain of about 8 on the play. Dallas taking a lot of time to get down the field here, man. We're approaching the 9-minute mark in this fourth quarter. Dak dropping back, looking, has time, gets the ball to CD, and he's going to be inside the 10 down to about the 5-yard line. I don't know what the heck CD Lamb is doing. He's like on the sideline pointing at the first down. I was like, dude, you're down by 3 possessions. You're down by 17 points, dog. Get to the line. All right. 1st and goal, ball at the 5-yard line. Quick snap. Going to be a run up the middle, and Zeke just gets blown up. It's going to be a loss of at least 1 or 2 on there. Freaking the center just got destroyed on that one, man. For some reason, he shifted to the left. Fred Warner just basically just sidestepped him. So that's going to be a loss of 2. That'll be at the 7-yard line. Dak looking, finds a wide open CD Lamb on the left side, and that is a touchdown for the Cowboys. Oh, yeah, dude. The Jets. I mean, there's at some point I probably got to make a video of that, man. But the Jets are just, they have a future Hall of Fame quarterback that they traded for. They traded 2 second-round picks, basically a 5th-round pick. Green Bay was able to trade down a couple times, and they were able to pick up an extra 6th, basically from the picks that the Jets gave them. And on top of that, their head coach is now in Green Bay helping the Packers. They traded for Devontae Adams. They signed Alan Lazard. They signed a bunch of Green Bay Packers over the last year and a half, and they are just as dysfunctional, if not more, than they were last year without Aaron Rodgers. I think last year they were 4-3 or 4-2 at some point or something like that. It was like their record was significantly better, and somehow they've gotten worse, significantly worse. You have a future Hall of Fame receiver as well. Like you got, one of the best young corners in the NFL. You got C.J. Mosley, one of the better middle linebackers. He's not what he used to be in Baltimore, but he's still pretty darn good. And your defense, up until you fired Robert Saleh, was top 5. But ever since then, it just keeps on getting worse and worse and worse. And it's like a cavalcade of just everything that you can do wrong has gone wrong for the Jets. And like I don't know. Like I think somebody asked me in the last stream, what can the Jets do? Tear it all down, everything. Get Rodgers out of there. Don't re-sign, or don't extend Devontae. His money is not guaranteed after this season at all. There's not a single penny. Don't re-sign him. Cut Alan Lazard. I think he signed a 4-year, $44 million contract. I'm sorry, but without Aaron Rodgers, he's not worth the money. That's why you benched him the last 5 games of last season. You draft for the offensive line. Don't even draft for a quarterback next year. You're not prepared for that. Your offensive line is so bad. It was bad with Zach Wilson. It was bad with Tim Boyle. It was bad with whatever other quarterback they had last year. I can't remember who it was. And it's bad now with Aaron Rodgers. If you draft a quarterback and you put him in there, you're gonna destroy him. You don't have the coaching staff to develop a quarterback. You don't have the offensive line to protect a quarterback, and your defense. Who knows if you're going to be able to re-sign half of these guys in the next year or two? So tear it all down. Keep the guys that you want, but everybody else outside of Sauce Gardner and maybe a few guys on the offense like Garrett Wilson, everybody else, they're expendable. You let them go. You let them sign with some other team, get some compensated picks for him. If somebody else signs a big contract, you'll get a third round, a fourth round, or a fifth round pick. Let these guys go. Let the coaching staff go and rebuild and fully commit to it. You're the Jets. You shouldn't have expectations anymore at this point. So for the next 2 years, don't worry about the record. Just worry about building a winning culture, just like the Detroit Lions did. You look at the Detroit Lions 10 years ago, or even 8 years ago. Nobody would have thought that we would be seeing this kind of team in Detroit. Even with Matthew Stafford, even with Calvin Johnson, this team was never as good as they have been now. The last time the Lions were this purely dominant, even with Barry Sanders in the 90s, they were not amazing. Their offense was kind of like hit or miss. Their defense was solid but never dominant. It's been almost half a century since the last time we saw the Detroit Lions this good. And this team, the Detroit Lions, that started with Dan Campbell. That started with drafting guys, defensive line, offensive line, Penei Sewell, Hutchinson. They were not worried about sucking. Dan Campbell never gave a damn about winning necessarily in his first year. He was like, we need to be the same guys whether we're winning by 40 or we're getting our ass beat by 40. And it's going to be a little end around by Pearsall. He's going to be to the 30-25, and San Francisco is just going to put the final nail in Dallas's coffin here. There's still 7 minutes left, but this game is, it's going to be, there just isn't enough time for Dallas here. But that's what the Jets need to do. They need to find a head coach that is going to be willing to commit to developing the guys that they draft. So, sorry, that was a long-winded answer for what you asked there, Chris. My apologies. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle, gain of about 4, but there is a flag on the field. That's going to be a legal formation from San Francisco. So moving back 5 yards here, 5 yards there. So 1st and 15. It's going to be a run up the middle here. Some tough yardage, gain of about 4 for San Francisco there. Yeah, that's what the Jets need to do. They got to stop with this Super Bowl Aaron Rodgers thing. It's clearly not going to work. You're 2 years in and you're worse in year 2 than you were in year 1, and you didn't even have your Hall of Fame quarterback in year 1. Now that you have him, you're significantly worse, and you traded for Devontae Adams. It's not working. Since you fired your coach, you're 0-3. So, yeah, they just need to really commit to a rebuild and just not worried about just don't worry about the pressure of trying to win and just get better. Build a culture that's going to withstand bad coaches. That's going to withstand a bad team. It's one thing to be a bad team. It's another thing to have a bad culture and a bad team. So you got to have the culture there first. Purdy scrambling, throwing it away, and it'll be 4th and 6. San Fran gonna have to settle for a field goal here. Yeah, there was a writer. I think he wrote for the Packers for a little bit there. He used to say, in 1 or 2 drafts you can change your team from a bad team to a good team, but you can't change a culture by just drafting good players. Carlson's kick is up and good. And the lead is now 2 touchdowns for San Francisco here. 4:25 left in the game. Man, it's been a while since a Sunday night game kind of lasted this long. Usually they're done by this time. Man, we still got 5 full minutes here. All right. Dallas will down it in the end zone, so they'll get the ball at the 30. La Chona. It's going to be a backward pass to Zeke, and he is going to be only able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Clock is going to continue to run. Second and 10. Dak dropping back. He's got time. He's got fine. CD, who's going to get out across the 50. Was he able to get to the... He was. It's going to be in San Francisco territory. Plus, he was able to get out of bounds. Stopping the clock at 3:56 in the game. Ball at the 49, 1st and 10. Dak stepping into a throw. Finds CD down to the 25, and he's going to be close to the 20-yard line. CD Lamb coming in clutch. 29 yards on that catch and run. Lamb, 12 catches, 125 yards. Man, you can tell these players are tired, man. San Francisco is barely able to tackle anything. There's a 49er on one knee, so that will stop the clock at 3:40. Oh, were they playing the song La Chona? All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 20. Dak looking. He's got three receivers to his left and a wide open CeeDee Lamb in the end zone. What is going on here, man? San Francisco just, that was like a hot knife through butter, dog. I mean, this is Kyle Shanahan. We've seen him blow leads in the past. I think he has a couple Super Bowls under his belt that he's blown some second half leads here. And the extra point is good, and we have ourselves a 6-point game with 3:32 left. Holy cow, I gotta update this scoreboard, man. Jeez. Oh, that's why. Two 49ers literally bumped right into each other. Green, who was covering CD, got taken out by his safety. And that left CeeDee Lamb completely open down the seam. Dang, dude, that probably could have thrown that touchdown. Put me in, coach. Put me in. Put me in. Oh, dude, yeah. What was the score of that game, dude? I know they got beat by like 20 plus points. Yeah, dude, I don't know what to think with Seattle, man. Sometimes they look like none of them are Seattle's never looked like a world beater even when they were 3-0. But I was like, okay, they're a team that could probably win this division, if they're not if they don't win the division, they could probably be like the 5th seed. They look good. And then there are times where they look garbage. Like absolute garbage. That offense can't get anything going. That defense, I think that defense is actually the worst part of that team. Oh, 31-10. Yeah, it's a bad day when you only score when you only score a touchdown. And we have Debo Samuel heading into the blue tent. Oh no, sorry, that was earlier in the game. My apologies. No, I understood you, Dahlia. I understood. When I said my food, I was like hurting. And I was like, oh, she meant foot, foot. But I mean, hey, if your food's dancing to La Chona, man, good darling. Okay, I'm not gonna sing it here. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sing the whole thing. And Purdy needing to scramble to his left, and he's gonna be good for about 6 yards on the play. Second dinner, but what about second breakfast? That was for my LOTR fans there. Yeah, we had breakfast, but what about second breakfast? So, as a Packer fan, I'm looking for Dallas to come back in this game. I want San Francisco not to make it to the playoffs. They have caused me too much pain. Too much pain. Like, I'm not even afraid of Seattle anymore because we've beaten them in the playoffs since that horrible, horrible NFC championship game. And Purdy just gets absolutely rocked in the backfield. Luckily, able to hold on to the ball, and that is Overshawn. Just nobody blocked him, man. Came from the blind side, and Purdy taking a huge hit. Dallas already used the timeout here. Oh yeah, no, Dallas. They're not looking pretty. So that's also why I'm not worried about Dallas winning tonight. I think it would help the Packers out more to get San Francisco to 3-5. I can deal with Dallas being 4-3. We've beaten Dallas in the playoffs many times. We did it with Rodgers. We did it with Jordan Love. But Brett Favre struggled with San Francisco in the playoffs. He was able to beat them once, I think, to be able to get to the Super Bowl in New Orleans, in which they won. But he struggled the rest of his time with San Francisco. Rodgers never beat San Francisco in the playoffs, and then obviously Jordan had that tough loss in the divisional round last year. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Purdy, empty set here, some pressure, getting the ball out, and Kyle Juszczyk is going to be taken down 4 yards shy of the first down, and Dallas is going to be looking to use their final timeout here. I'm not going to lie with you guys. I thought this game was over. I thought Dallas was going to be done. Purdy and this offense were looking a little too good. Dallas looked utterly helpless. But they're going to have a decent chance here to make a comeback. But yeah, no, Dallas has a tough schedule the rest of the way. So that's why if they can get a win tonight, it'll help out the Packers. And because I don't think they're going to be winning many games over the next, I think, 4 or 5. And San Fran's going to punt it away with a little over 3 minutes left. And it's going to be downed. Ooh, got an unfriendly bounce. Bounced about 5 yards from where it landed. I think it bounced around the 20 and it bounced all the way back to the 25. So Dallas will have 3:05 on the clock. They don't have any timeouts, but they do have the 2-minute warning, and they have the ball at the 25. 2 receivers on the right. Dak in the shotgun, has time, and he is nearly intercepted. What, what was he looking at, dog? Fred Warner was there, and then there was a guy behind him that probably had a better chance at the interception. Yeah, that was Lenore. That was going to be a. There was literally 2 guys in front of CeeDee Lamb that almost picked it off. Lenore probably would have ended this game. What the heck is Dak doing, dog? Come on. 2nd and 10, has time. It's going to roll to his right, and it's going to be incomplete. But yeah, man, talking about the Seahawks, that's a tough loss against the Bills. The Bills look rejuvenated with Amari Cooper, man. I think what Amari is bringing to the Bills is what the Jets were hoping for when they traded for Devontae. And apparently the football god said no. Only one team in the AFC West is going to get a boost from their wide receiver trade, and it's not the Jets. Dak throwing it deep down the field. Oh, no. It hit him in the hands. It hit him in the hands. Turpin. It hit him in the hands. Oh my God, that was going to be a beautiful throw down the sidelines. It would have been, I mean, they would have been not only in San Francisco territory, but they would have been, I think, inside the 30. Oh, so it's going to be 4th and 10 here. I expect San Francisco to send some decent pressure. They do. Dak is going to throw it over, and it's going to be incomplete. And 243, San Francisco defense just putting on the clamps. Yeah, there's definitely not enough to make that a PI. Of course. Of course. Even when I'm rooting for the Cowboys, they let me down. I'm not even a fan. Seastrom, if you're out there, I'm sorry, buddy. Don't look at the game, man. Don't look at the game. I know you're not in the chat, but still, don't look at the game. Dak letting us down here, man. It's gonna be a run up the middle. Garendo good for about 5 yards on the play. So Dallas cannot stop the clock anymore. They will have the 2-minute warning here, and San Fran is going to be able to run 2 more plays. Even if they don't get a first down, they're going to be able to take off basically like about 1 minute and 30 seconds before they even punt the ball, and that's going to take a few seconds off the clock as well. Yeah, that offensive series by Dallas, that last one was just dog, caca, poo poo. Oh no, there's what they need, a turnover, but San Francisco is not going to throw this ball. They don't have to because there's going to be, basically they'll be able to run the clock down 40 seconds per play. It's going to be 2 minutes, so by the time they punt it, that's if they don't get a first down on a run. If they punt it, and as long as there's no massive return, Dallas is going to have maybe about 20, 25 seconds. So I'd be very, very surprised if if San Francisco puts this ball in the air. San Francisco in the eye, very tight formation. Big guys here, big guys up the middle. It's going to be a gain of about 3, maybe 3.5. It'll be 3rd and 2. There we go. Forced fumble. There we go. Punch it out. Punch it out. 177 catches by tight ends on a Sunday. That is the most in NFL history in one day. George Kittle, 6 catches, a buck 28 and a touchdown. Single back in the backfield. Purdy hands it off. It's going to be a first down, and this is over. Stay in bounds, and he does. And that is going to be the end of this game. San Fran just needs to take one knee, and we are heading to the end of this Sunday night matchup. Garendo just doing a great job bouncing that thing out to the left side and just being able to turn the corner. And San Francisco is going to kneel it at the 4. And this game is over. Dallas making it interesting, getting my hopes up. Now I know how it feels to be a freaking Cowboys fan. Takes a lot. My freaking team won and I feel slightly disappointed. All right, this game is going to end 24-30. San Francisco bouncing back. They are now 4-4, and Dallas is going to fall to 3-4 on the year. Dang. All right, man. It's been a long day. It's been a fun day, though. Green Bay got a win. Go Pack, go. We saw a crazy freaking game against Chicago with the Commanders. Hail Mary throw. Chicago thought they were gonna have it, man, and just bad luck. That ball bounced up in the air and then landed right in the hands of a Commanders receiver in the end zone, coming away with an 18-15 victory. So Chicago lost. The Vikings lost on Thursday. Green Bay got a win. I mean, Green Bay, they got three out of the four that they wanted. They didn't get the Detroit loss, but they can hand Detroit a loss next week. Hopefully Jordan Love is healthy. Should be a fun matchup. I know, right? Staying up, getting my hopes up. Unbelievable. Bear down, bear down. Vikings keep on losing. 2 straight losses. Not looking good. But either way, man, it was a fun Sunday. We're going to keep rocking and rolling. If you're joining us, if you've been joining us for any of the games on Sunday, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's keep it rolling. We're going to do this tomorrow for the Monday night game. And we're going to do this every week. This is my fourth consecutive week with at least 5 games in a week. And we're going to be doing every Thursday, every Sunday. We're going to try to do 3 games every Sunday. And on top of that, the Monday night game. And it's just going to keep on going, man. Hopefully you'll join us for the ride. Thank you. Thank you to Chris for popping in the chat here. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're doing well. And hey, man, those Dolphins, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it going, man. That offense is too good. They got a good coaching staff, and that defense, man. All they need is a little extra sauce on there. Plus, we got until next week. Maybe they'll make a trade. We'll see how it goes. But either way, appreciate you. Dahlia, once again, thank you so much. Thank you for saying past your bedtime. But now go to bed. You probably got a busy day tomorrow. But thank you for coming in. And heck of a Sunday, man. Heck of a Sunday. A lot of great games. Some upsets. And yeah, man, we're going to do this again tomorrow. And look out for some extra videos coming in on either Tuesday or Wednesday. We're going to be doing some power rankings, kind of my top 10. And then on top of that, we'll do some, maybe an extra video there. I'm going to try to give you guys some extra content outside of the games. So I'll be going live at some point. I'll have a better, kind of a little bit of a better guess of where I'm going to be doing on Monday. But either way, I'm going to drop it in the community tab. That way it's not just a surprise. But yeah, look out for an extra video on Tuesday or Wednesday for sure. And I hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much. And once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.